The most cursed emotes, man. Hello, my YouTube imps. What is up, homies? Hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday morning, evening, or night, VOD viewers as well. Hey, where's my music at? Oh, it's just really faint. Okay, cool. So welcome to another episode of Tempo MAOU's YouTube live stream adventure. Good evening. Welcome in, everyone. We are going to be continuing our journey, finalizing our Nasus Kalista deck, or at least working towards it, depending on how many resources we can get. Of course, you know, the weekly vault this Thursday is going to help, especially getting our rares, which it does seem that our rare wildcards are what we have the biggest shortage of. So once we get a bunch of rares, we can finish up the deck, and then probably play it up to like gold or even platinum would be my goal. That way I get enough worth out of it to, you know, make it worth all the resources I'm putting in. Try to do missions? Yeah, we could probably try to do some missions as well in norms. We're pretty close. Look how far along we've gotten already. A lot less red. We could do 2 hate spikes even, because we got a couple rares. The champions and the Chemovoran are also needing to be crafted. We only need 2 hate spike, 1 soul harvest. Honestly, we could take out the hate spike and run 2 vengeance instead. Would probably be better. I think that's what I'm doing with my working on version. We're kind of close, honestly, once we get the champions. This is really, really good. Yeah, the region roads have helped us a lot. So what I think I want to do is get our 3rd soul harvest and craft one of our Chemovoran dragons. Yeah, look at that. And then I'm going to copy the refined version and delete this last work on. Here we go, work on slay. Basically remaking it. And let's take out the 2 hate spike, put in double vengeance, because I think double vengeance is actually really good in lower elos too, so we can deal with the opponent's threats. We take out the Kalista and the Nasus, which we have replaced for 2 Senna. And then all we have to do is replace 2 Chemovoran dragons, and we're almost to our refined list. So only after a couple days of playing, we have our first beginner-friendly deck almost done. Look at that. We're only like a few cards away, like 4. What was I running? I probably should have looked. I was running Wings and Wave for fun. Black Spear's pretty good. I'd like to have something else that's playable on turn 4. Maybe Chronicler. I think Chronicler is actually kind of sick. Pretty decent card. We have enough top end. We have enough removal. We could run a random Rekindler for fun too. Oh, Rampaging Bakai. I think someone said last stream that Rampaging Bakai is a good option. We could do that instead of the double dragon. We can have double Bakai fill in its place. That sounds pretty good. And then we have nearly the refined version of Nasus Kalista, which we can continue to practice and get better at. So for today's stream, I want to play a few normal games for warm-up, so I can, you know, give the context, give the commentary as to what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. And then we'll play some ranked games after as well to try to get some LP in Iron. So let's go ahead and swap to norms. That way we get our warm-up games in, which is always something I recommend for new players. If you're not super familiar with your deck, and this is actually true for returning and even intermediate players, if you're not 100% comfortable with your deck, make sure to play 1 or 2 warm-up games in standard first, and you can do some limit testing. You can go for some greedy plays, see if the opponent can punish you. You can also get a good feel on the day of what's being played, what's meta, and then you can kind of play around it to make your ranked games more consistent and better for you, so that way you can get some LP on the day. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do like maybe 2 or 3 warm-up games and then, you know, hop into ranked. So let's see what people are playing. Hello Artheon, hello King of Mongrels, Ariel, Bro Zen Bonds, hello. T. Baggins, Simon. Hope you're all having a great day. Welcome in. I'll be doing my best to educate you today. This Nasus Kalista deck I found very fun. I was enjoying it a lot yesterday. And Eros, a good evil day, my friend. Welcome in. Thoughts on new patch? I like it a lot. I'm pretty excited to play tomorrow and mess with Set and Jack, you know, because Jack is getting a buff. And maybe some other stuff as well. Hitting Siren Song was really good. Ooh, we're fighting Darkness. So yeah, be on the lookout for my Twitch streams tomorrow to see new decks from the patch. Because I'll be doing some playtesting tomorrow and playing for fun. Alright. Vagar Senna. So we're fighting against Darkness, which is another very good beginner deck. It's more control focused than we are. We are actually more aggressive. We could hold Vengeance to try to shoot Senna, because that's our only single target removal in this deck. Maybe keep Undying, maybe keep Nasus. Probably pitch Buru Sentinel, because we don't want to have two things taking up our turn 3. Makes our hand inconsistent, and not as powerful. This is much better. Now we have something to play on 1. We can float some mana. We can play another 1-drop on 2 maybe, and then try to build our board, right? So that's really good. Decent opening hand now. And we have Nasus and Vengeance for later. See some Darkness in action. Yeah, we're going to be fighting against it, and I'll be explaining what they're doing as well. Let's go ahead and lead with Bakai Reaper. I tend to like him more. Because to get Burgeoning Sentinel's buff, we have to kill with a spell. With Bakai Reaper, we can actually kill through combat to get his buffs. We're going to end up playing all of them anyways. So let's go ahead and do Sentinel. And our second Bakai Reaper. All of our units are fearsome, which makes it hard for the opponent to block us. So that is going to be a reoccurring theme. Yeah, this guy can't even block our units. Look at that. Because Fearsome says can only be blocked with enemies with 3 or more power. Homie over here only has 2 power, so we get some free damage in. Streaming tomorrow same time? Yes. Make sure to follow me on Twitter or join the Discord so you can see my stream schedule. Because sometimes it does change, but for the most part, I stream on 4 p.m. Eastern time for Twitch and 8:30 for YouTube.
Demacia sends its regards.
Ooh. We could set up Undying, but that's not super good. I think I'd rather play Ceaseless Sentry here. That way we have a blocker for their Sentry and we can draw a card. Because, like, our Undying is not going to do a whole lot for us, since it can't block anyways. Yo, welcome in, Rich. Glimpse Beyond. That's also going to bump their Burgeoning Sentinel. So as you can see, the opponent has a pretty similar start to us, playing a fearsome unit and also a draw card. Pretty cool. Hopefully we can draw like any of our spells that kill something, so we can be in a strong spot to deal with this card. The music in this game is so good. I never get to hear it. Listen to the Twitch stream on drive home to podcast your patch thoughts. Yeah. Hope you liked my takes. Learning a lot from your videos. Hey, thank you, RC. Really appreciate you mentioning that, and always happy to help and educate. Feel free to ask any questions at any time. So we do have Glimpse Mana for the turn, which is going to put us in a pretty solid spot. Very similar to what they did. We're going to be trying to do the same.
I did say I wanted to see the world.
You know what we could do? We could be really, really sneaky and do it during combat.
Does I look right fierce?
So let's try that. I'm very curious as to how they're going to block. Because depending on their block, we can really mess them up with our Glimpse. Hi from Brazil. Hello. Shout out to Brazil. Thank you so much for stopping in and watching. Okay, this is interesting. They're just going to go that route. Well, then I'm fine. I don't even have to Glimpse Beyond here. We're going to get some free damage on the 3/3. We're killing their 1/2, and we're getting some extra damage. So like I mentioned in yesterday's stream, we want to attack with Bakai Reapers on the right because they can gain attack stats over the course of the attack call, right? When they put up some blockers, we can kill some units and get some ramping attack. So it's really nice to put them on the far right to make sure they see enemies die and get those stats in. So we can resolve that. We're also working towards our Nasus as well. Loved your reasoning was spot on to riots. Yeah, that was funny. That was a funny moment. I was reading the patch and I was like, you know, talking about it, and they basically paraphrased what I had just said. And I was like, oh wow. That was a good moment. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna set up Bark Beast, and then we'll probably Glimpse as a response to their darkness when they try to kill one of our units. But over the course of the game, we've had more units on our board than our opponent, so we've been kind of ahead. Look, we're also ahead on HP. They have more cards in hand, so they have more resources they can use, but we're pushing pretty hard, especially for an aggressive deck. So that's good. I like the spot that we're in. We're also on both champions. Senna. We could Vengeance that, to be honest. I really think Vengeance is a good play here, just to deal with the Senna right away. They tap to 1 mana, which means they can't respond with Glimpse Beyond, which they used earlier, so we know they have it in their deck. They can't Glimpse the Senna. So I'm down to just send it. And we get all these buffs too, which is really nice. You doing a video about Jin Annie helped me reach Platinum. Yo, congrats on the Platinum climb. I'm glad you're enjoying Jin Annie. That's my favorite. We can block 3-3-3-1. And then we can also block 1-1-3-2. Look at this, guys. This is something really cool that's going to happen. So if we check the eye over here, which is something I always recommend, you can hover over. It's this little blue circle on the left between the health. You can see how things are going to play out. So if we block 3-3 to 3-1, our unit's going to die, which is going to buff our Bark Beast during the combat. Look at that. That means our Bark Beast is going to kill their 3-2, giving us even more stats on our Bakai Reapers. This is nice. See, he dies, gains the stats, trades. And now, if we do first action attack next turn, we will be threatening lethal right away, forcing them to use a big response like Vengeance or some kind of removal, which is good because then they won't have it for Nasus, so I'm just going to do that. We're threatening 13 damage on our open attack, it's called. That means first action attack for the turn. I'm most hyped for Jack. Yo, yeah, Jack is going to be awesome. So now they have to use big removal or some kind of response here. And we can respond with Glimpse. Yeah, look at that, guys. Exactly as I called. They have to Vengeance our 1-drop. Look at that value. Then our Nasus gets to be a bit safer later. So let's go ahead and respond with Glimpse, turning our unit into draw, while also buffing our Bakai Reaper on the right, because he will see this die. It's also going to buff our Nasus. It's a little side note. Boom, boom. Put them down to 3 HP. So yeah, they're a control deck, but they're not doing a great job at controlling us. That is for sure. We'll just play Kalista here because she's one of our strong champions. She might bait some more removal as well. And we can slam Nasus and try to go for like an open attack or something. We'll see. We shall see. Darkness. Okay. We can turn that into some draw cards as well. We're on 8 mana for the turn, so if we use Glimpse, we still have 6 to work with. That 6 can be our Nasus. It can be Merciless Hunter, Ceaseless Sentry, all kinds of stuff. So I'm down. Since we have options, we can go ahead and use our 2 mana to draw more cards. Nasus Vault still good? Yes, it is. Ah, another champion. I'm down to just play Nasus, though, especially since they're below 6, which is their damage thresholds for killing Nasus, right? For 6 mana, they Vengeance or Minimorph. And not do either here. So now our Nasus is just kind of safe. This is how we effectively play around our opponent's mana. You see? We're getting our unit down while it's safe to do. And the reason why it's safe to do is because we open attack last turn and force Vengeance on our 1-drop. So yeah, this is a really good play pattern. Yeah. This kind of play comes with time and experience, and also knowing matchups and what the opponent wants to do, and what mana their spells are. All that helps a lot. I'm down to just commit an open attack here, because I'm threatening a lethal with this 3-3. It has to be blocked. This 3-4 is fearsome, which means they can't block right away. And Nasus, who's a 9-9, also can't be blocked right away. And another thing we have to worry about is if we develop, like let's say we play a unit this turn, they could be on Ruination, which is a very big AoE removal spell that I cannot deal with. I would just actually lose all my pressure. So it's safest to just open attack here. Again, that's first action attack for the turn. That way we don't get Ruinationed, which they can run. And it's very scary. It's like a 9 mana. So we'll just take our attack since it's threatening lethal ×2. And they're on 10 mana, so they can't do like double vengeance or anything like that. So this should just be a very strong pressure winning attack, right? Man, this music is so good. I actually want to turn it up a little bit. I like it a lot. I might invest in like a board on this account that has different music. We could play some spooky music with the Shadow Walls board, maybe the Halloween board. Someone mentioned in last stream that the beach board is really good for pool party, so I might go that route too. The RPG one? I don't think I've heard it. I'll have to listen to it in the shop. Yeah, it seems like they rage quit or they just don't have enough answers. They're thinking about it. Boom, boom, bop.
Patience and fortitude outlast all things.
That was a pretty good warm-up game. Make sure we get our missions. Play Cultists or Darken, play slow spells. We have those. Activate ambush, strike units without your units dying. We can do that. Play Bandle City. I don't have any Bandle City. Unless I want to play Shrooms and Booms for fun. We might do missions tomorrow on like a fun Wednesday side quest. But I kind of want to focus on Nasus Kalista today, so I won't be playing any Bandle City. Yeah, F Darkness. Ooh, look at that! Yeah, Region Road! Free Champion Wildcard. That's massive. Dude, I love these Region Roads. This is so good for new players. So another tip I'd like to quickly talk about is this little green aura that appears in your Region Roads. This is called the Boosted XP. You see how it says up here, 50% Boosted XP? If you go into any region that has this green aura, you earn these rewards faster. And they go up to... right here, this wild capsule. Each of the regions that has the green aura does this. So if you want to just get like a versatile amount of cards right away when you're a new player, do all the green routes. And when you stop, you can move on to the next one. If you really want to solely focus on one region, you can stay and just try to get the themed ones. Maybe stop at the champion capsule that's right after. I've heard that's a very efficient way of doing it as well. That way you can get champions for each region. But you are going to be earning XP along this part of the route a bit slower since it's not green boosted, right? So that's also an alternative. So yeah, don't go to Bandle City. There's no green route. So you're just going to be earning cards slower. All the rest of them seem to be green, so that's why we're earning our rewards at such a quick rate. What are your thoughts on Viego, Maokai, Kalista? You're better off not running Maokai. I think he's a bit slow in that strategy. And he doesn't really offer a lot other than the sapling can die every once in a while. You're probably better off just tripling down on Viego and Kalista and playing in the mid game and using Viego as your win con. Maokai is in a pretty tricky situation where he has to be played with Nautilus to get his full value. Otherwise, if he's like guest starring in another deck, it could just be like any other card and probably doing his job better, unfortunately. Any chance of Darkness gameplay? Yeah, I can play Darkness for you real quick as a quick warm-up game as well. And then I'll hop into ranked with Nasus Kalista. I will be playing the very beginner version of Darkness though. What should I spend my first couple of epic wildcards on? Well, it depends on the deck that you're going for. A lot of the beginner decks don't really have necessary epics, but if you want to play something like Swain, you really need Leviathan. Leviathan is an epic. So it just kind of depends on which archetype you're going for. A lot of decks don't need any epics, and there's a bunch of other decks that need like 10 epics, like if you're playing Cultist with Kane Aatrox. So it does depend. There's no really like versatile, well-rounded epics that can be slotted into multiple decks, I don't think. Most of the epics are very situational. That's why I say it depends. But yeah, let's play Darkness real quick. Does the green aura disappear? Yes. It disappears once you finish a certain level of unlocks. Once you get all of it, then there's no more green route for that region. Okay. So Darkness is kind of the same. We're playing very similar regions to the Nasus Kalista. We're in Bandle City instead of Shurima. And in Bandle City, we have more removal, like Pythos. So this deck wants to play slow and control the opponent's board, make them surrender, and try to win with big board pressure by, you know, killing all of your opponent's units while you keep units, or winning through a Vhagar level. Vhagar, when he levels up, this is a lot of text, but I'm going to summarize it for you. When he's leveled, you can use Darkness on the opponent's face, right? On the opponent's Nexus directly. So if our Darkness is up to like 6 or 7 damage, we can hit the opponent's face directly for 7. That's really good. So that's basically one of the mid or top end win cons that we're going to be going for. There's some other nuanced stuff too. Like if you play, and this is like a really intermediate combo, like super expert, like Ishtali Sentinel says, when I'm summoned, create a Darkness. When you play your next Darkness, copy it targeting the enemy Nexus. If you have Vhagar leveled, you can target the enemy Nexus, then Sentinel will summon another copy, also targeting the enemy Nexus, double dipping the damage. So if you have Vhagar level and you do Ishtali Sentinel and your Darkness is 7, you can target the opponent's face and it will deal 14. So that's a really big win con as well. So yeah, let's play a warm-up game since I'm being requested for some Darkness. I'll play that, and then we'll probably hop into ranked for a few games on the Nasus deck. I've seen Age of Dragons and I want to try that. Yeah, that's a fun deck. It's basically like a modern version of Targon's Peak. So that's pretty exciting. You get to play a bunch of big dragons. Looks like we're fighting the mirror match. So they're also playing Darkness. Stilted Roadmaker is a very important card, especially in the mirror, so we'll keep it in our hand, even though it's a 4 cost. Whenever I coach or I see new players play Legends of Runeterra, they're very quick to mulligan away 4 drops because they can't play it early. I think he's always worth keeping, unless your hand sucks. Grasp of the Undying is pretty bad removal. They don't have a lot of things for 3, other than maybe their Sentinel. Ah, this hand could actually be keepable. So we play Sentinel on 1, we float 2, we play Buru, we can do like Roadmaker and keep Grasp for 5. This hand actually is fine. It looks sus, but it's actually good. Hello, Bromwave back. Ah, boom. Do you have recommendations for Mono Shadow Owls or something similar? Mono Shadow Owls can't be played in Standard. If you want to play it in Eternal, then I do have a deck code for it on my main, and you can ask for it on Twitch or in the Discord. But if you want to play it in Standard, it doesn't work, because Wraithcaller is really important, and it has been rotated away, so we can't play that in Standard. So Mono SI doesn't really function unless you want to play something like just a bunch of Viego support cards. Okay, so they're playing Twisted Catalyzer, which is also very, very good. It's the best card in the deck, I would say. We are going to Soul Harvest it. Luckily, we have premium removal, 2 mana. Just kill their unit, no problem. That way he doesn't get his strike. Strike amps up the Darkness over the course of the game every time he strikes, which is cringe. We don't want that. Some good mono decks. They don't exist, except for Mono Shurima. Because mono cards need a mechanic called Allegiance. All the Allegiance cards got rotated, except for Shurima. Oh yeah, Elites also work. They don't have the Allegiance card, but they still function without him. So yeah, Elite is another good choice. Alright, so on our turn 3, we can play Catalyzer and Sentinel. That's pretty good. Or we can play Buru Sentinel. I kind of like going wide, having multiple units and multiple threats, so I'll play them.
Well, I did say I wanted
and try to get our strike in so we can make our darkness even better.
Only I can command darkness. Only I.
Another one.
Creatures of doom.
They opened double catalyzer, which is pretty good for them. So yeah, we're gonna hold back our 1-2 because it would just die for free, so we don't need to attack with it. Swing at the other ones. If they just play a Vagar, I do not have an out to him. That'd be kind of tragic. I hope they don't have Vagar yet. Each time, the first time you kill a unit, the spell deal 2. This card sucks. Just gonna play Roadmaker probably, or we can pass. What's really interesting is they pass the turn, and they burn mana by doing so. We only burn 1 because we're gonna get banked mana. They burn 3. What's your opinion using Soul Cleave in Darkness? I actually think it'd be better to just play Condense, because it's cheaper and you get to keep the unit. And you'll do basically the same thing. Because Soul Cleave, you want to hit Roadmaker, right, to make Darkness free. You're better off just using Condense and making it 1 cheaper. And keeping the body. I think it's just better overall. But yeah, it's a pretty decent combo. Let's play Roadmaker on 4. I want to curve because I have the board pressure and they don't. Yep, you can Soul Harvest, that's fine. Ah, I guess I should have passed. Look at that. They had Mr. Vagar, which is really tricky. Really tricky for us. We have to open attack because that darkness is going to kill my dudes. This is kind of tough. One Sentinel. Maybe they can't make any more though. That'd be kind of nice if they just run out darkness generators. Because like in the mirrored match, it's basically whoever gets the champions first wins. We got ours second, so it's a little sus. If they play Senna, we're just doomed, I think. It'll be too much for us to deal with. Okay, we can play our Vagar then, as long as they don't have another darkness generator. We kind of have to be a bit greedy. If he lives, and we can get another one, we can kill their Vagar, which would be nice. That'd be very good, we need that. Graspu, yeah. We have that as well. Okay, this is fine. I'm just going to keep my darkness. We're going to take 5 to face, no problem. And we're going to shoot their Vagar with our darkness. When you play a created follower, summon an exact copy. When you play a created spell, copy it. Okay, that's pretty good. This card's actually pretty alright. Yeah, let's just go ahead and shoot the Vagar here. Make sure we kill their champion. It's the most important thing to deal with. Then we'll also be on 8 mana for the turn, so we can play Grasp as well. Like, we could Grasp and Pie the Buru Sentinel. And just try to take control of this board. We're gonna lose our Vagar. Okay. Man, that is a bit rough. Yep. And we can just finish off that. Heal back up. This is very eventful so far. Let's pass. I want to pass because I don't want to sack my unit, and also we can do Mirror Mage and Perilous Pastry on turn 8. Being able to shoot this guy, which is pretty cool.
Work the fabric, minions. Work it.
Mirror Mage. Pretty nice card for us. If the rest of their cards are just kind of like weak early game units, then we might be able to edge out in the late game. We'll see. It just kind of depends on our hands and what I draw. If I can get to like Glimpse Beyond and try to, you know, dig a bit deeper into the deck, we might be in a good spot. But for now, it's kind of sus. I don't really like the spot we're in. Okay, that's a pretty weak card. That's one of those. One of the weak cards. So because this is a created card, we're going to double cast it with Mirror Mage, right? Created spell, copy it. Very good. Let's go ahead and do that then. Right? 3-4. Yeah, I think so. That's a pretty nifty little combo. Never done that before, because I don't play Mirror Mage. Sentinel, that's really good. Now we can make a free darkness for us.
I am here until I am
4
no
damage.
more.
That's a nice amount. 4 is enough to kill their Vhagar, and it's also enough to kill
Can a spirit
their
touch
Senna.
the dead? Thinking I'll learn soon.
Let's go ahead and play Watcher as well.
Don't let the light go out.
I want to see if they're going to play that Senna. If they play Senna, I just kill her.
I
Oh,
will
what's this
shape
thing?
death as easily as clay.
Interesting. Deal 6. Wow, that's scary. This is kind of annoying, I think. Well, I can kill it with Darkness, since they're not playing their champion. And go for pressure this turn. And Darkness is going to deal 6 to something of mine. Alright. Yeah, because Darkness is a generated card, we also get to double cast that.
A ghost of a chance?
Nice. Nice. Our Vhagar is leveled, so if we summon him, that'll be kind of cool.
Tell the others.
Yeah. The only thing we attack with is the 4/7, right? If we attack with these, we just get wrecked by the 3/4.
Oh, dancing partner.
There we go. This is getting exciting. Coming down to the wire here. Hopefully we draw another Vhagar and we'll be good to go. Senna would be nice as well, so I can teach you guys some stuff. Hey, Pizzy, GG. Welcome in, homie. Glimpse is nice, guys. Glimpse is really good. Because now I can fish for more cards.
Chin up and smile.
What if we do something like this? We can get ahead on the board if we just let this happen. Ah, they have removal. Okay, then we'll use Glimpse Beyond. No biggie. I think our Mirror Mage has served its purpose. Using it is pretty safe. Glimpse Beyond bait. Kind of nice here. Another Glimpse. It's much less good. This is slow speed. Let's kill that. It's all about the resources now.
Well, I did say
Sure.
I wanted to see the world.
I'm actually kind of down to Glimpse again, to be honest. Let's play slow, though. Let's kill this Burgeoning Sentinel with Pi, plus Pi times 2, the Electric Boogaloo. And then see what they want to do about it. Nothing.
What?
Well, we can float. We don't have to Glimpse yet. Senna, perfect. Let me show you guys something really cool. Our champion
The lot of
has
darkness
arrived.
out there. Let's make some of our own.
So the nifty thing about Senna is when we attack with her, we can get an extra darkness. And if they don't kill my Senna right away, I'll show you. Okay, they're killing her right away. Well, fine. Let's just go ahead and Glimpse then. Love your YouTube videos. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Second time's worth.
Okay, draw more. We can also just darkness this. See, we're playing the resource game.
They've got a ghost of a chance.
Now we're ahead.
A little strange
Yep.
company never heard.
I'm not so sure I want to attack with my 3/2. Don't have to. Because our 3/2 just dies for free. So we attack with our fearsome unit that can't be blocked to get some extra damage. Destin Otta says, when I'm summoning created darkness, your next darkness deals damage to all enemy targets. So if they play a couple of units, we can kill all of it, which is nice. We have a bunch of darkness in our hand. We just need Vhagar. Oh, hello. Like they have. That is pretty scary, my friend. It's also dealing 6. Oh, wow. We're gonna have to play, like, Dark Bulb Acolyte, shoot the Vhagar. Uh-oh. And then play Ishtali and shoot the Vhagar again. That's kind of what I'm thinking here. Deal 4. The Vhagar. We have to make sure he dies. I guess we can do Destin Otta, but I don't have enough mana to also cast Darkness with Death, so I'm just gonna do Ishtali Sentinel.
Anything can be scattered to its elements, even us.
Ooh, this is scary. This is scary, guys. This is really coming down to the wire now. I think next turn is going to be the last. We have to kill Vhagar now, because when he's leveled up, he generates a new one.
They've got a ghost of a chance.
This Desanata might clutch us up. Oh, does it say cost 0? Okay, it does. I would have enough mana for it. As okay, because we're gonna do it this turn. Let's do Burgeoning Sentinel first.
Maeve, you move as the wind, quick and careless.
I'll take that as a compliment. Thanks very much.
Desanata, and then it does cost 0.
Big head,
Up.
big brain.
So check this out. Boom, 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 bop. AoE clear. In case their last card was like another Vagar, another Rekindler, they probably would have just been safer to do Desanata, but I went for maximum damage, which is, you know, less safe, but more stylish. Yeah, that was a crazy game. Going all the way to turn 10. It did help our mission too. Yeah, the only thing I would have done differently is instead of on the last turn, instead of playing the 1-drop, just play Desanata right away for like the guaranteed. That way we can kill Vagar before he can target our Nexus. The streams have been good. Thank you for asking. And we get to move along the region rewards. Bloody business. That's good for Ash LeBlanc, which I want to invest in eventually. Very nice, very nice. That's it. Okay. So that's pretty good for the warm-up. Let's play a couple ranked games with our Slay deck. Ranked. Ranked is a pretty nice environment as a new player because you can't lose LP in Iron. Ooh. We're fighting the mirror match again. So, we have Vengeance, which is really good. I'm going to keep that so we can deal with their Nasus. Double Buckeye Reaper is actually a pretty decent opening. And we have Undying, which is a 3-drop, and we're attacking on odds, which means we can attack with it on turn 3. So, it's just a keepable hand. Very nice. And we have another 1-drop to play, which means we can get all these out of our hand on turn 2. So let's go ahead and lead with Buckeye Reaper. And then we can attack with them. Because we have Fearsome. Yep. You will not be blocking us, Mr. Bark Beast. No problems there. Ah. Another Sentinel. Okay. We basically just want to set up our units and play aggressive here. Yeah, we're just taking one. That's fine. I don't want to threaten a block. Just in case.
Forgetting is death to an immortal.
Boom.
I did
Yes, we're going to be doing a lot of slaying. Yes, indeed. Ooh. I kind of really like Quietus as first action here. The only issue will be Kalista coming out. Kalista right after is like a pretty big deterrent for me, right? It's a pretty good Quietus though, all things considered. We'll have a 3-3 and then a couple 2-2s. If they want to play literally anything else on 3, we're in a better spot. Just not Kalista. But I do need to get a little aggressive with it, so... It's like one of the best Quietuses I think I'm going to get this game. Ah, I said anything but Kalista. Oh well. Kalista can now block our 3-3 and we're only pushing 4 while also losing a unit. Oh. 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 I was hoping they'd actually block my middle guy. That is tricky. But, I mean, she's low HP now. We might be able to finish her off. Yeah, like Merciless Hunter or something. That's good. We can definitely do that. Yo, what up, Damien? Since yesterday, today is episode 2 of my Legends of Runeterra YouTube journey. Let's go ahead and give this vulnerable.
Arda's gonna make a meal of
It also shows a fearsome blocker, which means we can just kill the Kalista outright. Oh wow, interesting play. Interesting. Interesting. I'm kind of down to block that with 4 too. It's fine by me. Because like Kalista is still going to be at 2 of 3. She's not leveled yet. Yeah, this seems to be kind of fine. There's our Nasus. Okay. It's probably Undying and send Undying to attack Kalista, right? It's either that or I hold Vengeance mana. And kill Kalista with my 3-2. I don't like that. I want to get a little greedy. Like a safe play would be do this. Right? And then I get to push 4 damage. But I want to go for Undying. I want to be a little greedy. Because if they play a unit and then like glimpse it, then she can level, which is kind of cringe. I'll still kill her, but she'll be leveled if they draw more copies. So it's a little bit of a risk and reward here. That's sus. I like that. Wow. Good thing that they're not out of 4 of 4 here. That would have been pretty annoying. This is kind of fine. I don't really need to sack my dudes. I just want to kill Kalista is my biggest issue here. So I'm down for this. Senna or Kindred better? I'm running Kalista Nasus. I also have Senna in here as like a temporary. I'm going to replace her with 3rd Kalista Nasus. But I think Kalista and Nasus are better if I'm playing this strategy, which is more aggressive. Senna is more of a control card. That's why she's played with Vhagar for Darkness. My deck is actually aggro because I'm just playing Fearsomes and swinging a lot. So I don't want to get Nasus yet. I think I want to do Buru Sentinel and Vengeance this turn. Ideally. I want them to play a unit. Nice. Perfect. Guys, we're in such a great spot. Look at this. Oh, guys. This is so awesome. So we play Buru Sentinel, which gives us Vengeance mana. We shoot the Nasus. Buru Sentinel goes up to a 5/4. Really good turn. Yeah, let's go and do that. Are we just taking 4 to face? I guess we are. I don't really mind. Because we can't kill it. It's okay if we take 4. Do you have any recommendations for Viego? Always enjoy playing SI since using Thresh Hecarim. I like Viego Evelyn. I've been playtesting it a bit. It seems on the weaker side versus like the really strong meta. But it might be a bit better going into next patch. I also think Viego Kalista is fine. You can go Shurima 2nd region with him. You can go Ionia 2nd region for him. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do. As long as you have Viego and Hydravine and Chemivore and Soldier and then some removal cards and some protection, then you have a strong Viego deck. So yeah, those are the main directions to go for. Alright, so let's play Nasus this turn. Senna would give us a 3-mana Darkness, which we don't have enough mana for because we're not on 8. So we're just going to play big Nasus, I think. Hopefully they're not on 2nd Nasus. We've already dealt with 2 of their champions. Oh. Oh. What? Wait. Rekindler doesn't summon back Nasus because Nasus is a 3/3 engrave? Wow. That really sucks. They got Kalista instead. That's much worse for them. I'll put Nasus on the far right because he could level if we went bop bop bop. They block like ... right? No. No. We can't level Nasus because if they block, they do block, and then their Bakai guy doesn't ever die. So bop bop bop. We'll do like this. This is better. That way Bakai Reaper pushes more damage. Yeah, that is really sad for them. Rekindler sucks in this deck. Unless you want back exactly Kalista, then all of a sudden it's pretty good, right? Wow. That definitely sucks. Yeah, let me get that. We can finish off Bakai with Darkness from our Senna. So that's why she's a pretty good replacement. Because you start with 2 Kalista, 2 Nasus. I really like having the Senna in here. Grasp does not kill our Nasus, so that's okay. Let's just play her.
Long road behind, long road
Yeah,
ahead.
fun fact, she also makes our Darkness fast speed. Along with any other removal spells that are slow. And we can just shoot the Rampaging Bakai, and then we can open attack for lethal.
Turn it against them.
Yeah, Nasus is leveling, so we can just attack with him first. Yeah, that's fine. I don't really care if two damage hits me. That is chill. Attack, 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 attack. They can't block, so.
Darkness and light.
The wheel never stops turning.
Block with Nasus, then he could be Grasp next turn. If they're on second Grasp. Right? I didn't do the math.
We grow wiser.
I guess I could level them immediately. I don't think it matters, though. Makes their Undying stronger. Spell Shield? Yeah, I guess. I don't think it matters. I just chose not to, I suppose. It doesn't make a difference. Kalista would have revived Rekindler? Yeah, true. Okay, probably have time for one more ranked, and then we'll do Q&A after. We're aiming to go for like faster games, but not like super fast. So I kind of like that about the pace of this deck. It wants to play in the mid game, which is really cool, while having like really strong aggressive, like turns 1 through 3, which I like. Let's do Bakai Reaper on 1, Bark Beast, Merciless Hunter on 3. We have Nasus already in our hand. I like keeping Nasus. They full kept their hand too. We're also playing more of a meta deck than a beginner deck. This is Nico Garen. We'll play our Fearsome Bakai Reaper on 1. That way if they play Omen Hawk, it can't block us, which is nice. Play our Bark Beast, Merciless after. Bakai, nice. Sure. Okay. Wow, that's a lot of Merciless Hunting.
We love it when they run.
Another Sunhawk? Sheesh. I guess we're just open attacking, right? If we get form upped, that's so cringe. Don't have form up in hand. Okay, bet. Get one more damage in. Because we're attacking with Bark Beast and Bakai Reaper. Trying to grab. None of that's very valuable. Might as well just get our 1 damage in and call it a day.
Tiny toads,
Nora and
giant
Fruip.
snakes, nature's so cool.
We can also vulnerable that.
Make a meal of 'em.
Deck Hunter. Oh, wow. They got a crazy hand, too. I'm a bit scared. If one of these is Nico, that might be an issue for us.
What is darkness to the unseen?
Random Yordle. Oh wow, that's an interesting just all in. So if we do like this, our Bark Beast is gonna go up and trade into the cat. It's not bad.
This one's
I'm also down to take this one too. Like, I know I'm losing a lot of fearsome damage, but we need to make sure their board is dead. We have to kill all their units. We have to fight aggressively for the board because they're 1, Nico, and 2, they're Demacia. And I don't really have a fearsome lethal anyways. It's like 4, 8, 12, 16. And then they could be on form up and stuff. I want to just kill things. Trade aggressively. We have Rampaging Bakai next turn. If we just open attack, kill a Norn Fruit before they can get more discounts. Yeah, all we have to do is open attack here, grab a Nora with Bark Beast, push literally 10 damage from our Fearsomes. That will turn on Rampaging Bakai, and we can use that to strike something else this turn. So I think this puts us in a fantastic spot. If we try to play slow and do Ceaseless Sentry plus Merciless Hunter because it curves us out and is nice, they get more discounts, and they get to play more cards. So we don't want that. Just gonna push my 10 here. Kill that too. Gets rid of Spider Tag. Ah, I think that was Nico. It played the little plant animation. So I think we just killed the Nico. Yeah, and now they have a very weak like champion strength if they wanted to use it because we traded so aggressively and dealt with all their units. We wouldn't even lose to champion strength here, so that put us in a good spot as well. Play Big Susan. Crosscoat Cub. All that's fantastic. Go ahead. Okay, they're giving me a Nasus level, which is really interesting to me. So we do 6-2-1-3 for sure. 4-3-2-1, because these are value trades for us. We do like this and level Nasus and also block here. They're not going to give me the time to explain, but that was a really good block. Because our units kill things, which gives us our strikes and our slays for Nasus. While also our units are living that very same combat. So it puts us up very far ahead in Nasus levels. Yeah. Killing the Nico that game was really important for us. Because she can disguise herself as a 2-drop. She was that spider. Nice. Ah, a couple of good games. A lot of educational context. I feel like we played very well. Got to slam a quick darkness mirror match in there too, which was kind of goofy. So I don't think I have enough time for one more, so I'll open up Q&A for any questions for the last 5 to 7 minutes of stream. Anything you guys want to ask or talk about? Pretty much anything is on the table. Patch stuff. Anything else? No questions. I do like what? What is a good question? When starting a deck from scratch, what is your process? That's a good question. What deck do you think is better to stay away from? Decks you think will do well. What do you think is the most common mistake? Okay, very good. So let me answer these one at a time. When starting a deck from scratch, my process? So let's pick some champions. It's going to be a bit harder. I guess I could build like this, right? Let's build scouts. Scouts are always my favorite one. So I know that scouts are Demacia and Bilgewater. Because I just know, and I've seen people play scouts. You can also do, like, type in the scout keyword, and you'll be shown Demacia and Bilgewater stuff, so it's pretty obvious they go together. So you can do like that. For scouts, let's pick our champions. Hello, let's go to my deck. New deck. The process is putting your champions... Scout. All. Quinn. Yes, I know I don't have Quinn. Misfortune. Here we go. So using the search bar is your best friend. You want to type in Scout and use Scout stuff, Scout synergies. Something I like to do is just put in, everything that is synergistic and then work my way down. Think about cards and synergies, like these ones aren't as good because we don't run weapons. This is not as good because we don't run husks. It's like whatever. This is actually a pretty okay card. Just put in like a bunch of scout stuff. That way we know what we're working with. I tried to avoid top end stuff. Just because we're not trying to go into the late game. I know that with like pre-existing knowledge, but yeah, you could also just like work your way down, try to play fast, stuff like that too. And then after that, you want to make sure you have a balanced mana curve. So you want to put in like 3 or 6 1-drops, and then make sure you have like 3 or 6 2-drops, 3 or 6 3-drops, and just kind of like make sure you have a good amount of cards per mana. And then, you know, you can pick whatever. You can pick synergy cards, you can pick cards you've seen before, you can pick cards you like. And then you basically just refine it as you play it. You figure out this card sucks, this card doesn't suck, readjust. You can play against opponents that are doing it. You can look up YouTube videos of people playing scouts, and you can kind of just like gain enough knowledge to build that way. And make sure that after you have a balanced mana curve, you put in like the essentials. The essentials for Demacia are like form up, maybe single combat. And again, you would know this with just playing with experience. With Bilgewater, it's like Make It Rain, stuff like that. Again, you could always look it up and then gain the knowledge from there with YouTubers that explain the deck building process. But whenever I build a new archetype, that's what I do. I usually do like, and I did this a lot with Nidalee and Gnar, right? When Ambush came out, I just ran all the Ambush cards and then I worked my way down. I learned this Ambush card sucks, this one's good. This card for the archetype sucks, this one's good. I did the same with coins. So you basically just put in everything that's synergistic, and you figure out which ones are not as powerful or not as fast, or the cards that don't really work towards the win con, and then you work your way down. Okay. What deck do you think is better to stay away from? To be honest, I think dragons are a bit of a bait. I think a lot of people want to play dragons, but I honestly think they're not worth the investment, especially early on. You have to commit a lot of rares. If you're playing Age of Dragons, I'm pretty sure that card's an epic. I don't remember. Dragons are a bit of a bait until they release something that's like as good as Dragon Chow was and make the deck more consistent. I'd also stay away from Pantheon. I think Pantheon kind of sucks. Decks you think will do well after the patch? Jin Annie, Heimer Jace, Scouts, mid-range Demacia in general that's not Kaisa. All good. Most common mistake for noobs? Most common mistake for noobs is casting spells during the attack stack. I've seen that a lot. Whenever I coach or watch new players, they want to commit removal spells on the attack call, and you can't do that because then the opponent will just put up the unit that's being targeted and use that as a blocker, and then it dies during the combat because you just like mistimed it. That's the biggest thing I've seen. Good counter for Siren Song, the patch tomorrow. Yep. How big do you think the Hush buff will impact the meta? It could, like, that's a really big buff. I think it's a big enough buff to warrant people to try mid-range and control Targon strategies. I think something like Leona really benefits from Hush. Leona Demacia in particular. Because Leona plus Demacia wants to float 2 mana over the course of the game, so it can use form up in single combat. Now it also has Hush to add to that arsenal. So it's pretty smooth to just like throw right on in and play it well. Just beat dragons twice with birds? Yeah, it's kind of sus, yeah. Would you have done differently if you were to start the game over? Like, as a completely new player, like fresh, and I don't know anything about Legends of Runeterra? What I would do if I started again? I'd probably play Path of Champions more. I think I would take it more casually. Because I'm a very competitive player. I try to push to Master as fast as possible. I try to get multiple accounts in Master. I try to push every deck to be as competitive as possible. I think if I could start over, I'd probably be more of a casual player and just enjoy the game on the side. Play a lot of Path of Champions, really enjoy the single player. Because I don't play any POC, but I hear a lot of compliments about it. A lot of people like it. So, probably that. I'd probably get more resources by playing POC as well. It's really good to do. Really good game mode for getting your daily wins, daily losses, missions done, stuff like that. Alright. We are now a little over an hour, so that's a perfect time to wrap it up. Thank you so much for the questions. And thank you for being here and watching me live, and VOD viewers, if you're watching it at a later date, thank you so much for clicking on the video and watching to the end. Really appreciate it, guys. So with that, I'll be streaming on Twitch tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern and streaming here on YouTube at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So I'll see you guys there. I'll be playing new decks from the patch, right? I'll be trying to make Jack work stuff like that, and having some fun tomorrow. So definitely come by the Twitch stream, twitch.tv/TempoMao. Join the Discord. It's on my YouTube channel somewhere. It's in the description of this live stream, or VOD as well. Thank you for stream. Now, thank you guys for being here and hanging out. It means a lot. Cool beans. Yeah, we got some really good games in today. A lot of context for the plays I was making. Cool. So yep, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Much love. Good luck on your climbs if you guys are going to go play ranked. And hope you had a hell of a time here today. Laters.